All right, finally, let's go. Are you kidding me? All right, I'm gonna take you with me real quick. I wanna show you something. Hey, so around the Phoenix Valley, they're doing a ton of construction, and I want to say the Phoenix area is the fastest growing population in all of the United States for the last couple years running. Now, what that means is a lot of the land that was used for ranching, that was privately owned, got sold off, and it's opened up a lot of these cattle roads that give you access by vehicle back into places that you never were able to go to before. So I found one of these roads the other day. I was really curious, didn't have an opportunity to travel down it at that time, but today we're gonna go back, see what we can find. We don't know what's back there, don't know if there's animals, don't know if there's any obstacles. You know, this is a pretty primitive road, so we'll see what conditions we run into and see what we can find. All right, so directly behind me is the freeway. The construction I was telling you about is literally right off of these freeways that would jet out from the valley, right? So from the metropolitan area, you go out, all open desert. You can kind of see some of the cacti right there behind me. Well, imagine just miles and miles of nothing but that. That's what this used to be. So we're gonna go down this little access road. We're gonna find out, you know, how far we can get down into the construction, and then behind that, there's going to be an access road out into the middle of the desert. The road that I was telling you about that I found the other day. So fingers crossed, we can get through the construction zone and we'll get over to that road. We've reached the entrance to the road right behind me. And before we go any further, let's make sure that we've got everything we need to safely get in and get out. Kind of suck if we got stuck out here for a long period of time. So, all right, do we have off-road suspension and all-terrain tires? Check. Do we have a full-size spare and high-lift jack so that we can change a tire if we need to? Check. Do we have skid plates and body armor in case we have to climb over a rock and not damage the side of the car? Yes, we do. Do we have lights up on top of the hood? Check. Do we have a winch and connection points in case we need to get towed out? We do. Do we have more lights? Check. Do we have even more lights? So many lights. Check. So you know what we forgot? We forgot our traction boards. The one thing that you want if you get stuck and can't get out of mud or sand or whatever. We don't have that with us. So I guess on the bright side, we got tons of lights. So if we get stuck out here, at least we can see things. So that's good, I guess. So on a side note, for everyone who hasn't ever been to or lived in the desert, every single plant will kill you. Everything. Everything is covered in thorns, and it will hurt you if you fall into it. Just thought you should know. This one will hurt you. This one will definitely hurt you. This is ridiculous. Look at these things. Look at how big these... damn it. These ones will also hurt you. Yep. These ones will also hurt you. Everything out here will hurt you. If you're ever in Phoenix and you go to the desert, everything in the desert will hurt you. Good to know. All right, so we finally arrived. Right back there is the road that goes back there somewhere, and that's what we're going to try to find out today. Let's go. I wanted to stop and kind of show you this here. So this is a saguaro cactus. They only grow in 2 places in the entire world, Saguaro, Mexico, and believe it or not, Arizona. These things are massive. Bigger than houses. They're protected by the state, and you're not allowed to dig them up unless you replant them and put them somewhere else. So that is why they have kind of this construction, like, looks like a really rough access road, right? So you can see this fence here is freshly put in. It's brand new barbed wire. But the road goes down and then it does turn right and head that way. So we'll explore that here in a second. But, you know, as far as cacti go, this one's pretty impressive. And that is why it's still here, because it's protected and they can't move it. So it will stay. All right, so we went around. Obviously there was an old rancher's gate that they had cut holes in through or cut a path in the barbed wire to get through. And then what they ended up doing is setting up a new boundary, right? So we saw all of that barbed wire that was out there that kind of made that new parameter. Then they cleared out the areas around it, obviously because this is going to be kind of, I think, the edge of their construction line. So that road that we thought might go back to the mountains, it didn't turn out that way. It ended up going right back to civilization. We just made one big loop. But I think there's a win in this. So the road that was supposed to lead into the middle of the desert did not lead into the middle of the desert. It only led around the perimeter of what appears to be the construction zone of whatever this project is going to become in the future. The truth is, I think when you go out and you try to explore, you have this idea in your head of what it's going to be, but chances are it's not going to turn out to be that. It's going to be something else, right? You'll have to make adjustments. You'll be thrown a curveball and you'll have to figure it out as you go. And that's what we did today. I hope you had a good time exploring with me. I'll be out here again, so I'm sure there'll be more on the way. But until then, I hope you go out and explore on your own, see what you can find. Be thankful for whatever it is that you run into and enjoy the moments that you get to do it. So, cheers. Until next time.